Marlins are on the road as the number 2 seeded team in the South Division, going up against the Titans of that same division, where Jexter Apinan and the rest of Batangas City are looking fresh after that game-winning layup that he had in their previous game against San Juan. It is the battle between the top 2 teams in the South Division as we welcome you to our coverage. Nick Gomez at your service alongside Javi Palanya. Javi, top 2 teams in the South, your thoughts?
Oh, this is definitely going to be an exciting one at our hands. And I'm sure Batangas on their home floor, they would want to disappoint their crowd here at the Batangas City Sports Coliseum. Pero ito nga Sarangani, they're coming off a great winning streak right now. Second winning streak in the league. Second longest winning streak in the league after Nueva Ecia's 15-game run. So titingnan natin if they can sustain that in today's ball game.
And of course, they're going to want to beat the top team in that same division where they are in. Good story for tonight. And speaking of stories, we have Gian and Lianis at courtside. G, good evening to you.
Good evening, Migs and Javi. Great to see your smiling faces amidst the weather outside, and it's great to see a packed Batangas City Coliseum as well. Despite the rain, sabi nga ng mga head coaches ng Batangas City Embassy Chill, it's because the Batangueño fans are really excited to watch this battle between the number 1 and number 2 teams in the South Division. At nakabalik na rin ang Batangas City Embassy Chill dito sa home court nila. I'll tell you why Sarangani is excited as well. I have a lot of good stories for you guys, so you can anticipate that.
Alright, we're looking forward to that. Thank you, Chi. It is raining hard outside, but kitang-kita natin ang daming tao na ready na manood dito sa Batangas City Coliseum. Let's take a look at our team standings. Of course, we have to look at the South Division. We mentioned Batangas Sarangani 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's right. Itong Sarangani, it's not enough that they get a victory in this one. They have to win this game by more than 4 points to be able to get that number 1 spot over Batangas. That was from Kuya Jory. He told us that Sarangani, because of the quotient that they have to win more than 5 points to be able to move up the rankings and go up against Batangas in that number 1 spot. We know itong Batangas, if they want to cement their spot at the top of the South, they have to get this win in this ball game.
That's a good fact right there. +5 ang na kailangan ng Sarangani to get the number 1 spot by the end of the day. But alam naman natin, kapag nagtablayan by the end of the season, it will be win over the other to determine the higher seed in our Mpbl playoffs. Now let's talk about the previous game of Sarangani. They were able to win by 11 points against Makati.
No Kit Jimenez, no Ivan Ludovice also, but Sarangani finding ways once again to come up with a victory, and they got this one 70-59 against Makati Manila Kingpin. They almost shot the ball at the same rate, 32.8 para dito sa Marlins, and for Makati 32.4, di masyado nagkakalayo. But it was really the free throws that did Makati in this game. They allowed 18 makes para sa Sarangani in that game for 75%, while only shooting 6 out of 10 from that area. And their turnovers also, nanganib sila dyan ang Makati as Sarangani was able to convert that into 19 turnover points.
You mentioned Ivan Ludovice needing to rest in that game, even Gabi Espinas. Kit Jimenez was not 100%, but he was back in their previous matchup. But let's talk about this guy, Maki Acosta. Despite the other players struggling with injuries, with some health concerns, ito, one of the new additions para sa Sarangani. He stepped up against Makati.
Yeah, makes... You know, this guy, Maki Acosta, ito yung mga tipo ng mga player na timeless yung laro. So no matter how advanced he is in his career, he will definitely still have a job with any team, because this is a guy who can shoot from the outside. He can also put the ball on the floor and still mix it up with the best of eminence in the shaded area.
And he got the best player of the game honors as he only played a couple of minutes, 17, 18 minutes in that game, and shot the ball above 50% from the field. Now let's talk about Batangas. In their previous game against San Juan, well, there's only one thing to talk about. The game-winning layup courtesy of Jexter Apinan.
That's right, and I was really wondering why they were pressuring Jexter Apinan at the top of the key there, on the left wing rather, because Jexter, not really the most dependable outside shooter. So the defense for me, the ideal defense for me, was to be able to lure him in to drive inside para clamp down mo na lang sa depensa. But instead, they did pressure him, and Jexter, upon realizing that, had the presence of mind to go to the basket and attack the defense where there was no help, and the easy finish para sa kanya.
That game winner by Jexter capped off a comeback para sa Batangas in their previous outing. They scored 24 points in the third quarter and only allowed 12 para sa San Juan. And that was also big time for Apinan to make that game-winning layup, because one of their star players, si Cedric Ablaza, he fouled out in that game.
Yeah, really stepped up in that game. At alam mo naman ang mga kumpunan ni Coach Cholo Villanueva, they really embody that next man up mentality. So no matter sinong player ang mawala para sa kanila, there will always be someone ready to step up.
Nevertheless, Cedric Ablazo was our player of the week as he had 24 points and 16 rebounds in their previous outing. Javi, let's talk about the numbers of these two squads.
Well, halos magkadikit mix in the points scored per ball game, 78.8 para sa Marlins and for Batangas City, 78.1. But dito, makikita natin sa points allowed, Batangas City only allowing 65.4 points per ball game, while Sarangani 73.3. Sarangani in most of their games, close ang margin. Pero itong Batangas City seem to have established a large lead in every game that they had, especially at the start of the season kung saan dominante talaga yung mga wins nila. Pero this past few games have been character-building matches para sa kanila.
Sarangani looking for their 6th straight victory in the Mpbl. Batangas looking for their 3rd straight win. Let's turn you over now to Richard Campos for our starting lineups.
You'll be catching another exciting ball game. It's Sarangani versus your Batangas City on the OK Bet Manny Pacquiao's Mpbl 4th season, presented by Extreme, live at 1 PH. Here are the starters, beginning with Sarangani Marlins OK Bet. Playing center number 22, Rick Kaunan. Power forward number 19, Maki Acosta. One guard number 16, Ivan Ludovice. And forward number 11, Paul Sanga. Shooting guard number 7, Kit Jimenez. Sarangani Marlins OK Bet is led by Master JK, John Calios, assistant coaches Gilbert Cole, Andrew Bellarmino, Juan Miguel Martin, Joshua Inocentes, and Jester Macabagdal. Team manager JR Navarro. Coaching consultant is Bonnie Garcia. Team owner is the good man Johnny B. And now, the starting five for your Batangas City Embassy Chill. And forward number 27, King Importante. Starting at center number 24, Mark Cruz. Power forward number 12, Darwin Lunor. One guard number 5, your very own from Lipa, Batangas, Josh Gonzalez. Starting at guard number 22, the sniper de Mexico, Levi Hernandez. Batangas City Embassy Chill is led by Cholo Villanueva. His assistants are J.R. Aquino, Warren Capitan, John Arenas, and Dino Ponce Enrile. Team managers,
Your starters
Gene
for
Alabanza.
Sarangani and Batangas, Ivan Ludovice, Kit Jimenez in his 2nd game back, Rick Kaunan, Mark Acosta, and Paul Sanga for the visiting team. And then for Batangas, the homegrown Joshua Gonzalez joining Mark Cruz, Darwin Lenore, King Importante, and the guy who recently scored his career high of 35 points the last time that they were here in the Batangas City Coliseum, Levi Hernandez, as Kit Jimenez makes a 3-point shot.
Well, obviously, Kit Jimenez trying to make up for lost time. He struggled in that game against Makati Manila Kingpin, his first game back from injury. Only 2 out of 7 from the field in that game, but still managed to get 10 points, but now scoring the first points on the board.
Levi Hernandez answering back for Batangas. Good for you to mention the struggle of Kit Jimenez, as it was mentioned as well by Coach Christian Luanzon na halatang wala pang lift, wala pa yung normal lift ni Kit Jimenez in the previous game. And he admittedly, told us na he was not feeling well, pero he was inching his way back dahil nga kailangan niya maglaro, lalong-lalo na sa game na ito against Batangas.
Yeah, I'm sure that he really just forced himself to be able to get some reps in during that game to be able to prepare himself for this all-important match, their most important game para sa kanilang kumpunan so far this season.
Good news for Sarangani fans, Kit Jimenez is now 100%. Full speed na po siya sa kanilang practice. 2 days in, feeling very well as he scored the first 3 points of the white shirts. Now the rebound belongs to Kaunan. Again, these two teams are the top squads in the South Division. Paul Sanga, too strong, but that guy, he has been red hot for Sarangani in their previous outings.
Oh yeah, Paul Sanga, he has carried the load in the absence of their key players. This is also one guy we mentioned at the top of the coverage, Maki Acosta, timeless player. This guy, Paul Sanga as well. Kung shooter ka at ganyan ka makatangkad, you will always have a job in a team, especially with the way the game is going right now. The evolution, the three-point shot having much more importance sa mga basketball teams. I'm sure Paul Sanga, he will play until the wee ages of his career.
Paul Sanga had multiple Best Player of the Game awards as soon as Kit Jimenez went down. Jimenez gets the steal, bounce pass to Sanga. Layup is good.
For the great scoring prowess that Kit Jimenez has displayed so far this season, he has also proven to be a very willing passer that time, displaying that against Paul Sanga. Here's the steal here. Those long arms of the law bothering that pass by Joshua Gonzalez and dropping it off at the last moment kay Paul Sanga.
And we should also note that Kit Jimenez is number 8 in the league in steals per ball game at 2.1. So he's doing it on both ends of the floor. Chance here for Batangas. They're down by 3. There have been a lot of changes in the starting lineup in this season para kay Coach Cholo Villanueva. Obviously, hindi natin nakikita ngayon yung usual core niya na nanggaling sa Makati Super Crunch. But we all know how deep this team is. With 2 seconds on the shot clock, Levy Hernandez is fouled.
That's a poor foul given up by the Marlins. Shot clock about to expire. But Levy Hernandez, the veteran that he is, one of the greatest scorer, as you mentioned, Migs, he scored 35 points the last time they were here. So, you know, really one of the best scorers that we have here in the Mpbl, able to get a foul despite the shot clock winding down. That's just pure experience and IQ on display para sa'yo.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. 35 points for Levy Hernandez in their last outing dito sa Batangas City Coliseum. His previous career high was 32, which happened in Pampanga when he was still playing for Pampanga. And before this game, I asked him, iba ba talaga ang kumpiyansa mo kapag naglalaro sa home court? And he only answered one thing, yes.
Well, you know, I'm sure he wants to bounce back in this game after going scoreless, or rather having only 1 point in that game against San Juan.
He only attempted 6 shots against San Juan, but he did have 7 rebounds. Battle inside, good effort from the Batangas players, just couldn't convert. Sarangani looking to extend their lead here. 3.5 minutes gone by in the opening quarter. The battle between the top 2 teams in the South Division. Ludovice dancing with it. 5 on the shot clock. Jimenez. One last pass. Ludovice. No good. Great box right there by Kaunan. And the ball will remain with the white shirts.
2-3 zone being displayed there by Batangas City Embassy Chill and Sarangani. You know, not much movement for them to shackle that defense. They're lucky to get the possession here.
Baseline inbound. Ludovice being defended by Levy Hernandez. Shot clock reads 8. Jimenez dancing with it against Importante. Kit still has it. He's gonna fire. No good.
Great job right there by Importante to stay right in front of Kit Jimenez, not being bothered by the dribbling exhibition.
And as Mpbl fans may have noticed, that is the main role of King Importante as a defensive stopper para sa Batangas.
Very versatile player, can defend positions 1 to 5, and that is something that Coach Cholo Villanueva really values. He needs a lot of players like that in his roster. Kaya kita mo naman yung average height ng roster nitong Batangas City Embassy Chill. You have guys like Joshua Gonzalez playing the one spot, tall 2 guard in Levy Hernandez. So, you know, the length, the versatility, nandyan talaga para kay Coach Cholo.
Dribbling violation, may tatawag kontra sa Batangas. Great for you to mention that because if you look at these players, it looks like they're all of the same height.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I think it's only MJ De La Virgen na talagang mas maliit na obviously mas maliit sa ibang mga players, but other than him, I think everybody almost pareho yung average height.
Jimenez, tough shot. But you know, somehow, some way, people will really argue that those are good shots for Kit Jimenez. Kitang-kita mo naman, diretso pa rin yung linya na kanyang tira, and he almost made it.
Well, he definitely has a knack for making difficult shots. But I think the next step in his maturity in his basketball career, he has already proven that he can score the basketball. But you know, I think for him the next step is to be able to pick his shots well. Lalo na ngayon na defenses are really putting a lot of attention on him. But he has shown that slowly but surely makes, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more of that development as this league goes deeper.
And a tough challenge for him today going up against one of the best defensive teams in the Mpbl. Mark Cruz on the drive, he backs it in.
One of the patented attacks by Batangas City, running on the break and finishing.
7-6 our score, 4 minutes and 20 in the opening quarter. Again, Sarangani, if they win by more than 4 points, they're gonna get the number 1 seed in the South Division. Acosta, step back three. Too strong.
I would have loved for Maki to kick it back to Kit Jimenez, who was wide open.
Importante, bounce pass inside, back-to-back baskets for Mark Cruz.
Aside from the length, the versatility on the defensive end, that is another facet of the game that King Importante can give you. He is a great passer.
First lead of the ball game para sa Batangas City Embassy Chill. Jimenez, catch and fire, in and out. Ever since that opening three by Kit Jimenez, he has slowed down here in the first. Importante, height advantage. Great hands right there by Jimenez.
That length bothering the pass.
We bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OKBet. Own the win. You talked about the passing ability of King Importante on display. In that play, locating his longtime teammate na si Mark Cruz from Makati to Batangas. The connection is still there. 8-7 our score. Substitutions coming in. We have Rudy Linganay and Cedric Ablaza para sa Batangas. And then for Sarangani, it's Donald Gumaru and Jordan Santa Ana. So you take this time to listen to Gianna Llanes.
Coach John Calios was all smiles entering the court today dahil sa wakas daw 100% healthy ang koponan niya. Sinabihan daw niya ang players niya before the game na tignan ang crowd dahil masarap maglaro sa punong venue gaya nito basta wag nilang isipin na para sa kalaban ang mga Batanggenyo. He adds that to get into the right mindset, his team watched all of Batangas' past games to know how to maximize their opponent's weaknesses. Sinabihan niya ang Marlins, remember, if we win today, we could be number 1. Wanting that standing before playing in their home court in a couple of weeks. Back to you guys.
Yes, tamang-tama yon. Great for you to report that, Gianna. As the stop here is made by Batangas. Scouting is really important, especially when you're going up against a co-titan in the Mpbl as Cedric Ablaza makes a basket.
Usually comes off the bench and more often than not provides instant impact as soon as he steps on the floor. Cedric Ablaza, 2 points right away.
This time out is brought to you by Embassy Whiskey. Chill muna tayo. At sinasabi sa atin ni Cedric Ablaza, chill muna tayo dahil maaga pa sa ating laro. A 5-point lead for the Batangas City Embassy Chill as they look to stay as the number 1 seeded team in the South Division. This was the previous play. Cedric Ablasa running the floor, able to beat the defense, laying it up and in. That guy we mentioned, he did foul out in their previous game against San Juan, but he was still named as the player of the week after scoring 24 points and grabbing 16 rebounds in that come-from-behind victory against the San Juan Knights.
And you look at the season averages on your screen, 15.3 points per ball game, almost 12 rebounds to lead the whole league in coloring those boards. Itong si Cedric Ablasa. What an impressive stat line for you. And he's not even the tallest player.
Right. And this is also good for you to mention that this is the first week that he has led the Mpbl in rebounding, recently surpassed Markey in that department. So good for Cedric Ablasa. And that guy as well, Jexter Apinan, who scored the game-winning basket in their previous outing. He's being covered by Danny Marilao, recently inserted in, joining Ivan Ludovice, Jordan Santa Ana, John Gabriel, and Donald Gumaru. 2 minutes and 19 in the first. Marilao will fire. No good. Napako na ang Sarangani sa 7 points.
If you're Batangas, that's a shot you want from the Marlins. Ito Marilao attempting a shot from way out of his comfort zone.
Hernandez, step back. That's good.
And you see it in the eyes of Levy. He really wants this victory.
And there you see it. He's very comfortable in their home court. A miss mula kay Ludovice. Ball tapped away. That will be in favor of Sarangani as Marilao apologizes to Linganay. Upo dito si Levy Hernandez. Papasok si Don Ochea. As we talk about King Importante being a defensive stopper, how about Don Ochea doing everything as well for Batangas?
Oh yeah, Don Ochea, you know, very underrated as well ito. The former Adamson Falcon. He is slowly coming into his own as an all-around player. And what better way for him to do so than to learn under guys like Cedric Ablasa, King Importante, and Jexter Rapinan. He may not show it on the box scores yet, but you know, the intangibles that he brings into the game, the quality minutes that he gives Coach Cholo Villanueva when guys like King Importante, Levy Hernandez are on the bench, that is really very important for a team like Batangas.
And he would play in crunch time para sa Batangas. Speaking of Don Ochea, who almost got the board. Chance here for Sarangani. It has been a drought for them in the past couple of minutes. Ludovice onto Santa Ana. 16 on the shot clock. A lot of time here. Cross court almost stolen away. It will be a sideline inbound for the Marlins.
Earlier, Batangas was in a 2-3 zone. Nahirapan rin dun ng Sarangani, but now they're back to a man-to-man. So they are keeping this Sarangani offensive guessing.
Uupo dito si Ivan Ludovice. Papasok si Kit Jimenez, who scored the first basket of the ball game. Donald Gumaru ngayon with 6 on the shot clock. He's gonna dance with it. Turn around, wala pa rin.
It's also important for a guy like Donald Gumaru to be able to put some points on the board to relieve some load off of Ivan Ludovice and Kit Jimenez. At makikita rin natin maya-maya if John Gabriel and Gabby Espinas can also contribute on the offensive end para sa kanilang kupunan.
Those players have already shown great flashes from time to time in this season. Right now, it's Jordan Santa Ana's turn to score a basket.
This guy also called upon to score some baskets, only averaging close to 7 points per ball game. Pero alam naman natin, from seeing him playing in the NCAA and in the UAAP, he can put the ball inside the hole.
Good pass right there. Sorry miss para kay Jong Baloria. 12 seconds to go. Jimenez has the basketball. Great defense by Don Ochea. 3-on-2. Linganay. Baloria on the reverse.
That's just experience for you.
Last
Putting
second.
the ball on the floor. Ito si Jong Baloria to evade the defense.
After a slow start para sa Batangas, they recover here, building a 7-point lead after one. Kit Jimenez, there's the first basket of the ball game. But because of the composure, the steadiness na pinakita ng home squad, they're able to build this lead and even as they fielded in their second unit, Javi, patuloy ang kanilang magandang nilaro.
O yan naman talaga ang mark ng team ni Coach Cholo Villanueva. He expects the same kind of energy and effort, especially on the defensive end for all his units para sa Batangas City Embassy Chill.
16-9, our score after 1. Nagbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Tonight we come to you live from the home of your inaugural champions of the Mpbl, the Batangas City Coliseum. Let's talk about this player matchup, Bennis versus Baloria.
Well, two great scorers here in the Mpbl. Kit Jimenez, the rising star. Meanwhile, ito si Baloria, very established here in the Mpbl, a member of the 1,000 point club. But nakita natin si Kit Jimenez averaging more points than Baloria because obviously Kit Jimenez has a bigger responsibility on the offensive end para sa kanyang kupunan because Baloria, ang dami niya namang katulong dito sa team ng Batangas City.
Kit Jimenez, number 3 in the league in scoring at 16, 7 points per ball game. And he sure gets a lot of fouls as well. That's why he's number 1 in fouls received and free throw shooting in terms of makes. And very efficient from the line at 78%. Can he continue with his efficiency today? As Baloria misses from 3. Rebound Apinan. Batangas able to establish themselves in this game in the middle part of the first quarter. At patuloy sila dito as Cedric Ablaza makes a 3-point shot.
Always has been a very efficient 3-point shooter. Itong si Cedric Ablaza. That's something that you don't want to get him going.
Good steal, Rudy Lenganay. It's Baloria ahead of the pack. Good fake. Takbo sa kabila, John Gabriel for 2.
Both teams able to score on quick baskets. But Baloria once again icing the defense with that ball fake.
And he did that same thing against San Juan, where he was able to fake out Boy Mojica, and it was one of the top plays displayed or posted by the Mpbl on our social media pages.
Well, ganyan talaga if you're a great scorer. Konting fake lang, babait talaga ang depensa. Let's look at that again. Did this earlier, but now from a farther angle and on a fall away. So good, you have to see it twice. Look at that. 2 defenders up in the air para kay Baloria.
Almost the same thing. Just like last week. Yung last week lang, mas matagal yung stare down niya kay Mojica as he was flying down. It's 21-11. Jexter Apinan making the free throw. That guy had 12 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals in their previous game. 6 out of 12 shooting from the field, but you know, those stats, you can forget about them. You only have to remember that he made that game-winning layup as we turn you over to Gianna Llanes.
Lex Sarangani, kompleto na rin ang Batangas ngayon with Ralph Olivares and John Gonzalez healing from the flu. Ang natutunan daw ng koponan ni Coach Cholo sa last game nila against San Juan is that they're trying to practice today is to not focus on the referee's calls and to just move on to the next play. In his words, when you let your emotions get to you, it'll affect your whole game. Very specific ang goal ng Batangas defensively today to limit the scoring of Sarangani's shooters to half their average. Migs and Javi?
That's a great point because yung emotions na sinasabi ni Gianna, that is what cost Cedric Ablaza 2 fouls by the end of the 4th quarter, causing him to foul out. And in that game, no, before that game-winning shot by Jexter Apinan. It was 2 free throws by Art Aquino, but John Baloria almost was called for a technical foul as he ran to the other side of the court dahil siya yung natawagan. Good thing for them though, hindi nga itinawag yun. But that's something na kailangan nilang bantayan tonight against Sarangani.
Coach Cholo Villanueva definitely has told his boys to be laser focused in this game, to not give Sarangani any chances of coming up with a victory on their home floor. I'm sure more than the fact that they are playing here in Batangas City, gusto nila na ma-secure nila yung #1 spot dun sa South Division.
They have defeated Zamboanga already early in the season. So in terms of the top 3 teams, they will have the advantage kung magtablaman sila. And if they win tonight against Sarangani. Kit Jimenez, bounce pass. First appearance para kay Gabby Espinas. That's basket and 1 for him.
Some people may have said Gabby Espinas has slowed down. I don't really believe so, Migs.
There have been a lot of moments in the season wherein it was takeover mode para kay Gabby Espinas. They just give it to the ball. They give it to him on the post. And he's able to score. He's able to pass that basketball as well.
You know, you could say, the only thing you could say is nawala na yung athleticism. But he definitely still can hang with the best of them. One of the best post players that we still have here in the Mpbl. Siguro dati, you know, we missed the dunks by Gabby Espinas, but definitely the prowess of playing on both ends of the floor is still there.
And right now, he has the luxury of playing with the Mark Sarangay. Silang dalawa ni Maki Acosta, recent additions para sa Sarangani. Third game in with the Marlins. Linganay onto Ablaza. Hit the 3 a while ago. That's another one for him.
2 straight 3-pointers para kay Cedric Ablaza. And this is very hard to counter when he heats up like that.
8 points so far para kay Cedric Ablaza. Remember, he started slow in that game versus San Juan. Completely different story here in Batangas. Jimenez for 3. Wala pa rin. One more chance. Gumaro at the corner. Another miss.
Oh, Jimenez already 1 out of 7 from the field in this one.
And we saw the field goal shooting disparity in the previous possession. Now it's a 3-point field goals. Surely a lot better para sa Batangas City Embassy Chill. Almost doubling the scoring output of Sarangani in this game. Sanga at the corner. They're struggling right now from downtown. That's a charge. Nahuli doon si Jexter Apinan as he tried to set a screen against Kit Jimenez. You know, Javi, I want to go back to one of the reports of Gianna in this game. She mentioned that they are enjoying the home crowd today. What more in 2 weeks' time as we will visit Jensen and Sarangani. September 5 to 10 po yan. Monday, Tuesday in Jensen. Friday and Saturday in Sarangani. And the Marlins will be defending their home court against Quezon City and Bacolod respectively.
Boy, that is going to be such an exciting trip, Migs. I'm really looking forward to covering those games. And I'm sure, you know, Sarangani, they played in a lot of games this season where it seemed like they had home court advantage because of the attraction that is Kit Jimenez. But definitely, pagdating nila sa Sarangani mismo, doble, baka triple pa ang tao dun.
Sarangani has only had one home game in Mpbl history, and that was their lone victory in 2019. And miss mula kay Baloria. Espinas running the floor with the Duvise and Sanga. Paul Sanga, no foul. There it is on the second try.
Oh, they were lucky there that Sanga got the offensive rebound, but Ivan Ludovice could have given it forward already to Gabby Espinas once he got the ball, passed it back to Gabby, and Gabby could have taken care of the rest. But nevertheless, a chance for 2 points here.
We have to mention one of the conversations that we had in the previous games about Paul Sanga. We have labeled this guy as a streaky shooter. Obviously, when he starts out very hot, he has that tendency to continue being hot for the rest of the game. Sometimes, if he doesn't start hot, he struggles. But we've also seen him get his groove in the second half at nagtuloy-tuloy pa rin yung kanyang magandang shooting.
Yeah, you know, the important thing for shooters like Paul Sanga is to have that short-term memory. You don't care about the last shot. You always look forward to the next. You keep shooting the basketball as long as there is an opportunity because one way or another, mahuhulog din yan.
It just doesn't help that he missed his last try, but to your point, he will continue shooting. They're down by 12. Cedric Ablaza, short. Rebound Baloria. Great effort from the guard inside. Now it's recovered by Espinas. Somehow, it bounced off the board.
Oh, that's not something you see every day.
Right? Balik ang bola sa Sarangani. That's a foul against Ochea.
But going back to my point, Migs, I'm sure Paul Sanga doesn't even have to be told that na, you know, always look forward to the next shot. Veterano na to, ito
Yes.
si Paul Sanga, and he has did this his whole career.
More often than not, he will fire that three-point shot in full authority para kay Coach John Callios. And you can just imagine the trust as well that he has built with his head coach back from their Caloocan days up to now in Sarangani. As this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Kit Jimenez, number 1 in the league in free throw makes per game at 4.8. And he is shooting at a 78% rate at the line. Our score is 27-17. Linganay. Going left. Ablaza. Ang ganda ng pasa. Ito yung sinasabi nating amuyan ni na Cedric Ablaza and Jexter Apinan.
I would like to say that they're the dynamic duo, pero hindi naman kasi Batman and Robin, parang parehong Batman itong si Jexter at si Cedric Ablaza eh.
As long as they're working well together, Batangas will take that. There you go. Paul Sanga will keep on shooting, and he makes another three-point bomb.
He's only averaging close to 30% from three-point country this season, but I'm sure he doesn't really care about the statistics as long as he sees his shots go in.
But he is number 6 in the league in three-point makes per game at 2.7 per outing. Baloria could not answer back. Rebound Jimenez. Oh, tough move right there, and there's a blocking foul. Ang problema, penalty na ang Batangas.
That's gonna go against Ralph Olivares. First appearance in this game para sa kanya, coming off the flu, I believe.
That's right. Silang dalawa ni John Ambulunto, as reported by Gianna Llanes. Jimenez will go back to the line. Kanina nakita natin yung matchup niya kasama si John Baloria. You mentioned the 1,000 points club. I wonder how long it will take Kit Jimenez to reach that club.
I don't think it's gonna take a while, Migs.
Right? Right?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that we might see a 50-point game from Kit Jimenez this season.
You know what? I'm not gonna say no to that, and we'll take that.
I'll take that, definitely.
What if it happens in Sarangani? Ooh.
Oh, that is gonna be something very special.
Jimenez. Cedric Ablaza says no. Able to read that layup very well. Pasok dito. Si De La Virgen, yung sinasabi natin kaninang, in terms of height, siya yung pinakamaliit sa Batangas. But if you actually look at him, he's not one of the smallest guards in the Mpbl.
Also has long arms itong si MJ De La Virgen.
He's trying to stop Ludovice to no avail as Ivan will go to the line.
And don't let the frame fool you. There's a reason why he is in that roster. Coach Tolo Villanueva really very high on this guard because MJ De La Virgen, very hard-nosed defender, can shoot the basketball. That's why he has maintained his spot on that roster in Batangas City.
There have been some games where he started para kay Coach Cholo, but we mentioned as well on top of this coverage, yan yung luxury na meron si Coach Cholo Villanueva to mix and match his players. In this game, we saw a lineup, very tall lineup, where they can switch from 1 to 5, no?
Yeah, Joshua Gonzalez playing the 1. And then everybody else. Actually, Joshua Gonzalez can play 1 to 3.
There was one point that he played the 4 here in the Mpbl. I remember that. 29 to 24, timeout muna tayo dito. The lead has been cut down to 5. The People's Champion, the Mpbl Chairman and Founder, Manny, the Pac-Man Pacquiao, present here in the Batangas City Coliseum. Buong puso po nagpapasalamat ang buong Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League sa inyo. Sir, thank you so much for everything that you have done, not only for the players, the coaches, but also the staff, and of course our fans. Because of him, because of his vision, his dream, he's able to give us this brand of basketball wherein we're able to travel across the country, play at a very high level, cover it on TV, cover it on live stream. We give you 3 games a day. This week, or at this pace, meron tayong 4 na game days in a week. But this coming September po, magiging 5 game days na po yan. We will have Mpbl Thursdays. And we would also like to remind everyone, may All-Star Day po tayo this coming October. The playoffs will start as well by the end of that month. This season is expected to end by the 2nd week of December, but we will begin again next year, March 2023.
Boy, what a ride that's waiting for us, Migs. Really a lot of basketball action. And again, thank you sa ating pambansang kabuo na si Senator Manny Pacquiao for providing not just the basketball players that we have here, but yun ang aming, sabi mo kanina, the fans, this kind of opportunity to witness this.
At thank you rin kay Kit Jimenez for that basket para sa Sarangani. As a 3-point shot comes in here. Yes, that is the 3 mula kay Levy Hernandez. I'm sensing a pattern here, Javi. Every time Jimenez scores, Hernandez has an answer.
Oh, you're right. Let's see.
Sanga at the corner. No good. Ball tapped away in favor of Sarangani.
It looks like there's a little miscommunication on defense between Ablaza and Levy Hernandez, but there's this 3-point shot. Gets the lucky bounce.
9 points so far para kay Levy Hernandez. Again, he came off a 35-point performance in their last game here in the Batangas City Coliseum. Sarangay will miss. 34-26. The lead was just down to 5 before the timeout. De La Virgen. Levy asking for it. He's gonna fire that. Just off to the right. Olivares on the fade. Too strong.
That's a sport effort from Sarangani, allowing Olivares to come up with the offensive rebound. But here Jimenez, all nylon on that 3-point shot.
12 points, 6 rebounds for Kit Jimenez in the first half. You want to talk about him being back in the Mpbl? Folks, he is back here in the Mpbl and he is feeling 100%.
Without a doubt.
Olivares could not answer back. That's a push.
He will never admit to it, Levy Hernandez.
Now he's called for a tech. Take a look at that 3-point shot by Kit Jimenez. He likes this, stopping and popping for 3.
In rhythm, set for the shot. And that is what the defense has to adjust to. You cannot give him opportunities like that where he can sink the shot. He already has proven to have a knack for knocking down difficult shots.
Second infraction na ni Levi Hernandez of unsportsmanlike behavior. That's why Ivan Ludovice is at the line. A chance for him to trim the lead. Couple more free throws coming in dahil kanina pa nasa penalty itong Batangas City. Actually, that started this comeback for Sarangani where Kit Jimenez was able to make free throws time and time again.
Ito na yun yung sinasabi ni Coach Cholo Villanueva going back to Gianna's report. To control the emotions, especially in a highly charged game like this one. You're on your home floor, you're playing in a crucial game against one of the top teams in the league. A team that could take out the #1 seed from under you. So lahat ng mga maliliit na bagay like controlling your emotions, playing the right way, not responding to calls that are not made to go in your favor. Yun yung mga dapat talagang pagtuunan ng pansin ng mga players ni Coach Cholo Villanueva.
50 seconds to go here before halftime. 34-31. Apinan, kick out. Olivares driving inside. Almost a good feed, just slipped out of the hands of Cedric Ablaza, and that's a turnover.
That's helping the helper right there. Good effort by Ivan Ludovice to be able to prevent that pass from happening.
The referees are gonna hear it from the crowd here. Ito yung sinasabi nating highs and lows of having home court advantage. Of course, there are a lot of emotions from our fans out here.
Well,
Kinokontrol din naman talaga yan.
They're definitely not gonna cheer on a call that's going Sarangani's way. So talagang you're gonna hear it. You know, that's really just the way that home fans are.
We'll take a short break. There you see our Mpbl head of basketball operations, Emer Oreta, alongside our OK Bet team. Always present, especially in the games kung saan malayo sa Metro Manila. You gotta love their dedication. Ito yung replay natin. Referee called out of bounds in favor of Sarangani. That's why we were talking about the crowd reacting to it naturally.
Well, there's no way they could reverse that call anyway because we're not in the final 2 minutes. So they could not consult the instant replay to reverse that. So the call on the floor will definitely stand.
34 seconds here before halftime. It's only a 3-point ball game. Paul Sanga. They go to Ludovice. Being defended by De La Virgen. Shot clock down to 10. Ivan up top. Screen mula kay Sarangay. Ludovice able to go inside. Just couldn't score. Rebound belongs to Apinan. Forward he goes. 8 seconds to go. De La Virgen will fire. No good. Rebound Ablaza. On the putback, he is fouled.
And Espinas knows it. Raised his hand right away after the call. Good fake right there by Cedric Ablaza to bait Gabby Espinas into going for that initial shot. And right now, Cedric Ablaza can add to his total. He has 10 points to lead Batangas City right now.
First free throw is a miss. They're going to want to end this quarter on a good note because they led by as much as 13 points before that Sarangani run that started with free throws mula kay Kit Jimenez. Then eventually they started hitting their shots Great recovery for them as they handle the crowd as well dito sa Batangas. 1.5 seconds to go. It's 35-31. Ludovice, he will fire this one up. And that's gonna do it, folks. The first two quarters between the top two teams in the South Division, and we only have a 4-point separation.
Well, you know, Sarangani able to climb back into this one after going down by a double-digit margin. Yung mga sinasabi ni Coach Cholo Villanueva, the emotions starting to get the best of some players of Batangas City Embassy Chill. Well, this guy, Cedric Ablaza, keeping them afloat in this one. 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists to be able to wrest some control para sa kanyang kupunan. Up by 4 points at the end of the first 20 minutes of action.
Cedric Ablaza well on pace to surpass his season averages in points, rebounds, and assists. Kasama siya ngayon ni Gianna Llanes.
Cedric, alam ko yung last win nyo against San Juan was a big win. Paano yun nakaboost ng moral nyo?
Tulad ng sinasabi sa amin ni Coach, every game dapat consistent lang kami, offense to defense.
And ngayon naman na nakakahabol ng Sarangani, lalo na sa second quarter, ano ang kailangan nyo pang gawin para lakihan ang lamang nyo ulit?
Siguro kailangan namin execute yung offense namin dahil nag-zone defense yung Sarangani, so kailangan namin mag-adjust. Tapos yung defense, more aggressive pa kami.
Thank you very much. Once again, that was Cedric Ablaza from the Batangas City Embassy Chill. The Mpbl will return after this break.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na, Mpbl na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon.
po ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. We are down for our last game for tonight between the Batangas City Embassy Chill and the Sarangani Marlins. The score is 35-31 in favor of Batangas, and it is an honor to once again be interviewing Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League founding owner, former Senator Manny Pacman Pacquiao. Hello, Boss Manny. Thank you for allowing me to interview po. Ano po ang reaction nyo to the fact na na-revive ulit ang kultura ng MPBL kung saan napupuno ang mga venue natin gaya nito?
Nais kong pasalamatan ng mga taga Batangas sa pagsuporta ng MPBL. Lahat ng mga narito ngayon sa arena, salamat sa inyong pagsuporta, sa inyong pagsigaw sa inyong team. And enjoy lang sa panonood ng MPBL dahil ang MPBL nagbibigay ng kasiyahan sa bawat Pilipino.
And Boss Manny, this season nakapunta na po tayong Bacolod, And soon we will be going to your hometown of General Santos. We're also going to Sarangani and Zamboanga next month. Bakit po mahalaga para sa Mpbl na lahat ng koponan nakakalaro talaga sa home court nila?
Importante makapaglaro ang isang team sa kanilang home court para mabigyan ng chance yung mga kababayan nila na mapanood ng live ang Mpbl.
Ano pa po ang ma-expect ng mga Mpbl fans sa liga natin?
Marami pa silang dapat abangan sa Mpbl dahil malapit na rin ang All-Star Game ng Mpbl.
And we are very excited for that. Invite naman po everybody watching to continue supporting our league.
Sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin na laging nanonood ng basketball, ang Mpbl po ay liga ng bawat Pilipino at ito ay magbibigay ng kasiyahan at opportunity sa bawat Pilipino. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat po ulit ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League founding owner, former Senator Manny Pacman Pacquiao. Now we invite you to watch this video of our top 10 plays of the week.
Ends up with Turumingan. Turumingan ahead to Gumaru. And he saved it. Nakuha ni Acosta and he scores.
A stop on the next defensive possession. Almost a turnover. Tiptoeing at the baseline. Look at this. Save and assist by Gumaru.
And also the fifth foul. Santa Ana kicks it out. Extra pass. Paul Sanga again. That's Paul Sanga.
Most impressive one right here is how he met the ball. It wasn't the best pass coming from Gumaru, but you see, he turns around. That's something that we didn't see on live play. That's a highlight right there. That's a top 5 to me. Look at this. Hindi ba tumatawa na rin? He turns around.
Wow.
First by 29. Gabo, two-man game with Collado. The drive, the kick. Uilo on for 3. Bombs away.
What a very impressive play to punctuate our first half. The screen here by JJ Collado and Gabo leaving the defense, attracting two defenders in the shaded area, leaving Jonathan Oiloan momentarily open, and that's all he needs, just a little daylight. Jonathan Oiloan bombs away from
Dorado ahead to Escuelas. Escuelas spins and puts it in.
Hindi na sinukat yung depensa nitong si Paul Sanga, no? Whether 8 kilos, 10 kilos, 12 kilos, spin cycle washing machine, yung galaw na yun.
Ito yung mga bagay na sayang for Manila eh.
Rudy with a shot clock winding down. No problem for the former UE Red Warrior as he careens another 3-point shot in this game that denies the screen. Gives a little hesitation, steps back, 3-pointer, good. So good, you have to see it twice. Para kay Rudy Linganay at Horns play. Tries to get it to Estrella. Moralde, forward to Acuna. What a great behind the back to Aliare.
Again, commending your big man kay running the floor. Okay, that's what Eric Acuna did.
Great finish in transition of the great pass by Eric Acuna. We're now under 2 minutes remaining here, ladies and gentlemen. Arellano reads the clock, breaks down Peralta and finishes the 2! Flashing the 3 fingers in Marcy Arellano. First 2 points of the game, but what a time to come para sa kanya as he puts his team in the driver's seat.
Being defended by Irving Palencia. Shot clock is at 11. He has to be careful here. Gabo will fire. That's a dagger right there.
On this very floor mix, who was the one who pulled them out of a possible grave? The guy that we've been talking about, Hesed Gabo. Again, a clutch moment for him, embracing the biggest times. 2 points to extend the lead.
Mamadali. Doesn't have the numbers, but Pero Mingan switches hands in midair. And a beautiful finish for the Sarangani guard.
natawa pa itong si Coach John Calios. Very pleased with that play. And syempre Gagati Espinas. Look at this one, Sidel.
That's the switch right there. Bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OKBet. Own the win. Pero Mingan showing us the moves.
Okay, at magagaling na tong mga players na to.
Asidre, block right there. And the finish by Malyari. Defense to offense. As we look at this dunk, you just love a big man who plays both ends of the basketball and can finish with authority on the rim.
Yeah, totoo yan.
Mpbl has been very supportive to promote the new talents, especially the grassroots basketball program, courtesy of our founder, the fighting senator, Manny Pacquiao. With Mpbl Commissioner Captain Marbel Kenneth Duremdes, Head of Basketball Operations, Emer Oreta, Executive Officer, Joe Ramos, League Advisor, Attorney Glenn Gakal. Who wants some basketball? Itaas sa mga kamay! Come on! Dun sa pinakamaingay, iahagis ng ating pambansang kamao. Put your hands up! Come on! Iwagayway! Very happy yung ating basketball toss. Made possible by Molten for the real game.
Halftime between Sarangani and Batangas. The biggest lead was actually 13 points para sa Batangas City Embassy Chill after they were able to establish themselves in the middle part of the first quarter, but slowly but surely Sarangani trimming that lead down in the second frame. There you see our founder, Manny Pacquiao, giving out molten balls to the crowd here in the Batangas City Coliseum. And of course, we would like to give a shout out to Molten, the partner of Sir Manny Pacquiao and the Mpbl, as they have been supporting the grassroots program of basketball in our country as they encourage sports, of course, among the rest. At syempre, buong pusong pinopromote natin ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino, the spirit of competitiveness and the culture that we share in this league dahil nga ang daming mga kupunang naglalaro dito sa ating liga. Javi, let's talk about the first half between Batangas and Sarangani. Did anything stand out in particular para sa'yo?
Well, I liked how Batangas was defending Sarangani, especially in that first quarter where they went up by as high as 13 points. Pero sa pangalawang period natin, Sarangani was able to go within 4 points. Nawala bigla yung teeth nila sa depensa, and Sarangani was able to get shots that they wanted. The physicality of Batangas not really showing up in that second period, and a lot of emotions spiking high para sa Batangas City Embassy Chill in that second period that allowed Sarangani to go closer within 4 points, 35-31. Numbers here at the half, Sarangani really struggling from the field, 9 out of 42 lamang for 22%. Samantalang Batangas City not really doing a good job, also only at 33%, but obviously making a lot more attempts, 14 out of 42. But it was the free throws by Sarangani that really pushed them to go back into this game and get back to within 4 points, 10 out of 12 from that distance. Samantalang Batangas City, only 4 free throws in the first 20 minutes of action. You can see here the assists plus 6 dyan ang Batangas City, because on most possessions para sa kanilang koponan, they have really moved the ball well, and this has been a trademark of Coach Cholo Villanueva's teams, to be able to move the basketball and get it to the best possible opportunity. Bench points, lamang rin dyan ang Batangas City, plus 12, 20-8. That just explains the depth of the roster that they have.
Leading scorers natin, Kit Bennis with 12, Cedric Ablaza with 11. That's a great matchup right there. Two all-star caliber players in the Mpbl squaring off for that top-seeded team, or top-seeded spot, no? Or top seed, as we should say, in the South Division. Levy Hernandez following Ablaza in the scoring department. Kit Jimenez and Paul Sanga, as we should mention, they have actually struggled from the three-point area, pero ang dami nga natin nakitang free throw attempts, especially from Jimenez in the first half. To your point, Batangas was already in the penalty early in the second quarter, and Sarangani able to capitalize on that, ultimately trimming the lead down to just 4.
Pili ko medyo nagkaroon ng giggle factor itong Batangas City nung umpisa nung second quarter, because at the start they were really channeling the right kind of aggressiveness and really giving the right amount of physicality para dito sa Sarangani, but the Marlins were able to adjust, and itong Batangas City naman medyo nawala sila sa game plan and sa focus nila in that second quarter. But I'm sure Coach Cholo Villanueva gave them a real good pep talk in that dugout to be able to come out of the gates here in the third quarter strong.
Let's recap the standings. Batangas, 12 wins, 1 loss, number 1 in the South. Sarangani, 10 wins, 2 losses, number 2 in the South Division. But the Marlins have 5 straight wins to their name. They look to add to that today, and especially going up against the top-seeded team in the South. We take this time to turn it over to Gianna Llanes. G, go ahead.
Magpapatalo ba kami sa home court? Ayon kay Batangas Assistant Coach Dino, even beyond defending their number 1 standing, ayaw ng Embassy Chill mawala ang undefeated record nila dito sa Batangas City Coliseum. Noong second quarter daw, hindi na pupunta sa kanila ang breaks of the game. So before this half, Coach Cholo told his boys, wala na tayong magagawa doon, just be better this time around. Biggs and Javi?
Breaks of the game. That's a great term right there. Ito yung mga ramdam na ramdam natin, Javi. Especially when Titans face each other. Maliit ang pinagkaiba ng mga kupunan as Levy Hernandez makes a 3-point shot.
That's one thing that really went well for them in that game against the San Juan Knights. But I'm sure Coach Cholo Villanueva would want his team to be able to establish a great separation against Sarangani para hindi na sila dumepende kung pupunta ba sila sa kanila ang breaks of the game. That's really 50-50.
And remember, this is a team that only won by 1 point in their previous game against San Juan. They're going to want to avoid that as Jimenez misses from 3. Lead is 7 here. We're back to that tall lineup of Batangas at the start of this game. Mark Cruz, King Importante, Levy Hernandez, Darwin Lenore, and Joshua Gonzalez. While John Calles will mix it up for the Marlins. Gabby Espina starting alongside Maki Acosta, Ivan Ludovice, Paul Sanga, and Kit Jimenez. Do you think this is the best five roster-wise para kay Coach John Calles? Sarangani.
Yeah, that's right. That could be. This could be the best five on the floor para sa Sarangani Marlins. Maki Acosta playing the 4th spot. Gabby Espinas at the 5. And it's all guy at the 3 and Paul Sanga.
And of course, Jimenez and Ludovice. Again, with that connection, Ludovice for 2.
Oh, these two guys, a lot of responsibility falling on their shoulders. They have to double up the production that they usually produce sa laro na to to be able to counter the aggressive defense that Batangas City is very known for.
Hernandez on the drive, able to hang in the air for 2.
Also, to counter great scorers like that in Levy Hernandez, because more than being a defensive team, Batangas City also one of the best offensive teams in the league.
Hernandez up to 14 points, almost matching a season average of 15.5 per ball game. There's a foul here, as Maki Acosta will go to the line.
Almost a block right there galing kay Levy Hernandez, but got a little bit of the arm ni Maki Acosta.
Maki Acosta, the best player in their previous outing, had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. 5 out of 9 shooting from the field. The first half, played 6 minutes, only had 2 points and 2 rebounds. The question is, can he have a better second half?
Averaging 12 points per game as well as 5 rebounds itong si Maki Acosta.
Turning over to Gianna Llanes.
Maki Acosta shares na during the pandemic, he actually chose to start a business selling gym equipment. Gusto daw niya i-promote pa rin ang fitness kahit nag-close ang mga gym. Kinwento rin niya na now getting back into basketball, he's working on regaining his confidence as a player. Yun daw ang rason na bumalik siya dito sa Sarangani Marlins, being under Coach John previously and Coach John now giving him freedom on court. He also adds na today kumukuha siya ng kumpiyansa knowing na birthday ng idol niya, the late Kobe Bryant. Biggs and Javi?
Oh, that hits on a different level. We had to take our time to respond to that. Happy birthday to Kobe. And for the Sarangani fans, kung kailangan nyo ng gym equipment, alam nyo na, kay Maki Acosta kayo diretso. Javi, let me take this time, as Gianna mentioned, a birthday. Batiin din natin yung anak ni Andoy Estrella na si Drew Kalen Estrella. A happy birthday. Your dad is very proud of you. Let's see if he will be able to play in tonight's game, no? And we would also like to greet our very own Carlo Escalambre, supporting Sarangani, his former head coach John Calles, kasama ang kanyang partner na si Apple. And then batiin din natin ang pinapabati ni Richard Tampos, Boss Madam Alvin Casas, at good luck sa Team Doña Santa Maria sa Intertown Basketball League hosted by Hagonoy, Bulacan.
Happy viewing to everyone. Carlo Escalambre, we miss you here in the Mpbl, but
yes.
Course, we know that you're treading your own path in the PBA 3x3 circuit.
Sabi ni Carlo, iniwan niya naman yung kapatid niya dito. So kahit pa paano, may shades pa rin ng Escalambre. 40-36. Jimenez, step back, too strong. Ball now is with Levy Hernandez. He's off to a great start here in the third. It's 40-36. 3.5 gone by here in our second half. Pass to the middle, Lenore, kick out. 2 more passes, Hernandez for 3. Just too strong. The other end we go. Acosta catches and fires, and he scores.
One of the best sweet shooting big man here in the Mpbl. Maki Acosta really pumped up after that shot.
We were just talking about this guy's scoring prowess on display in the third. Jimenez with the board, an all-around game para kay Kit Jimenez. Paul Sanga for 3. No good.
Oh, that would have brought the house down, and more importantly, put them back in the driver's seat.
Sarangani hasn't tasted the lead since the first quarter. The early part of the first quarter, as you should say. Kick out. Gonzalez. Masyadong malakas. Good rebound. And the putback mula kay Darwin Lenore.
Now that is a part of the game that Joshua Gonzalez needs to improve on if he really wants to make further impact sa kanyang basketball career, because he already has the physical tools. He's tall, he's long, he can defend multiple positions, and he's also a good passer with a great basketball IQ. But you know, being at the guard position, very important for you to be able to hit that outside shot.
42-39. Batangas taking care of that lead. Blocking foul against Ivan Ludovice. No, you were talking about Joshua Gonzalez in a previous possession. When he was in LaSalle, I remember with limited minutes, he was used as a forward. And dito, he was used in the beginning as a forward as well. But as he transitioned into a guard, nakita natin how he's able to make his impact, able to post up, and able to show us some good passing ability. As importante makes a three-point shot.
That pass came from Joshua Gonzalez, and to your point, makes who better than to be able to see him transition to that guard spot than Coach Cholo Villanueva, who was also a big guard himself when he played for De La Salle.
Terrible sight here as Paul Sanga is fouled. Ivan Ludovice, when he passed that basketball, landed awkwardly. He twisted his left ankle. And that is very unfortunate because as Gianna reported in the first half, this is the first game kung saan 100% healthy ang Sarangani Marlins.
And Coach John Callos was really in high spirits knowing that they were in full force in today's game. In events like that, really things that you don't like to see, but that is the hazard of playing basketball. Sometimes may mga injuries ka na babagsak ka na lang with no contact, and that's something that sadly is very common.
Let's see if Ludovice will be able to return in this game. Of course, he's very valuable para sa Sarangani Marlins. He has been a star in the Mpbl for multiple seasons already. Nakita natin si Andoy Estrella inserted for the first time. Again, happy birthday to Drew Kalen, ang kanyang anak. At batiin din natin, Javi, the Sedel Tupas.
Oh, syempre naman.
Magandang gabi sa iyo, sir. We miss you. Kahit kahapon ko lang siya nakita.
He's flying out to the States tomorrow. Yeah.
Safe flight. Good luck to our football team once more that has reached so much success in this year alone. Levy Hernandez. That's a three.
Talk about success. This guy has enjoyed a lot of that from three-point country throughout his career.
17 points para kay Levy Hernandez. 8 in this quarter. And he gets the board. Lead slowly but surely being increased by Batangas. And they're doing this without Ablaza, Apinan, and Baloria on the floor. Now it's up to 10 points.
Defense thought that pass was going to the baseline para kay Mark Cruz, but instead found Darwin Lenore for that easy 2 points. What a pass right there delivered by Joshua Gonzalez.
We were just talking about his passing ability, his transition as a guard here in the Mpbl. On display once more. Take a look at it. Gonzalez at the last second finding Darwin Lenore, able to fool Gabby Espinas on the defensive end. The lead has been extended to 10 points, 50-40. We are back here in the Batangas City Coliseum for your Mpbl Tuesday. Nix Gomez at your service alongside Javi Palanya and Gian Andianes. Our score is 50-40. It has been a successful third quarter so far para sa Batangas team. They have been winning this quarter by 6 points. Andoy Estrella missing on the shot. At nakitang-kita mo, Javi, just how effective this 5 is para kay Coach Cholo. They started the second half at sila pa rin ang nasa floor.
Now dropping down once again to a 2-3 zone. An extended one at that, wherein the middleman really prevents the post player, and the guy on the side really goes out to the shooter on the three-point line to prevent any kind of attack.
Importante against Jimenez. Oh, what a move. Able to get the foul.
Well, little dream shake right there from King Importante, showing us the moves.
It's not every day that you get to see him, give us those moves here in the MPBL.
Well, he's not given a lot of opportunity just because there are a lot more talented offensive players on their squad. But definitely King Importante, if given the chance, I think he could score.
And he just put it on display. And I'm not sure if our fans were able to see it, but when he missed the free throw, his 4 teammates ran to him and gave him high fives. That's a good sign right there for Batangas. Santa Ana, there's a foul.
That is a mark of a great teammate. You know that Coach Cholo Villanueva has really worked hard to instill the culture that he wants into this team. Of course, before you even go on winning championships, before you even go on winning games, you have to make sure na buong-buo na talaga ang iyong samahan sa iyong team. And this Batangas City team really proving that they are one whole unit.
Batangas currently with 12 wins and 1 loss. They only suffered a defeat in Pampanga versus Pampanga. So they're undefeated here in the Batangas City Coliseum so far as Kit Jimenez makes the 3-point shot. He's up to 17 points. Pareho ng tali ni Levi Hernandez.
Wasn't bothered by the bump given to him after the fake. Still able to knock down that 3-point shot. 17 points to go with his 8 rebounds in this game para kay Kit Jimenez. And a stop right here para sa Sarangani, a chance for them to cut into this deficit.
51-43. There was a push, hindi na itawag. Gabby Espinas goes straight to the fans. Now, I want to ask you this. If you're a fan and you have the chance na makatabi si Gabby Espinas, although ganun yung pag-landing niya sa'yo, I'm gonna ask a question later on as we take a look at this 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One Stop Shop Appliances. Pipiliin mo ba na mangyari yun? Dahil si Gabby Espinas yun eh.
Kahit na si Gabby Espinas, kahit si Shaq pa yan, I'm gonna have to run for my life, Migs. The physical implications don't outweigh the being with the star player.
Espinas still apologizing to the fan, the lady at the sideline. Andoy Estrella. The drive, pass, too risky, turnover. Importante, looking for a teammate. They're up by 8. Gonzalez. Great kick right there. Ablaza. Stepping back, he fires. Way off. Estrella, can he bounce back? Stopping and popping. That's good.
Making up for that turnover that he made on the previous offensive play. He had Kit Jimenez wide open on the left wing, but now getting 2 points off the bank, pulling up in transition.
That's his first basket in the ball game, si Andoy Estrella. Ablaza. Short, rebound Jimenez. That's rebound number 9 for him. And a charge against Mark Sarangay. Oh, he has to be careful. You cannot point at the referees.
Referee Jojo Bellas just trying to compose himself here, but may ibang referee na isang turo lang sa'yo. Technical na agad yan.
Hindi naman talaga pwede yun. Pero si Jojo Bellas, matagal na kasi yan.
Oo, matikang referee na yan.
Oo. Tsaka bossing yan sa sa bus ng Mpbl, siya yung nakaupo sa harap. Walang dadaan, walang makakalabas nang hindi dadaan kay Jonald Bennis. 51-45, a sideline inbound. Jong Baloria is now being joined by Cedric Ablaza, Jexter Apinan, Levi Hernandez, and Joshua Gonzalez. Kabila naman is Gabby Espinas, Mark Sarangay, Andoy Estrella, Jordan Santana, and Kit Jimenez. And we would like to remind everyone na natapilok po si Ivan Ludovice at the start of this quarter. Stay tuned whether or not he will return in this game. Obviously, he's very much needed by Sarangani. 90 seconds in the third. Gonzalez, too strong. Rebound, Apinan. Another chance here for Batangas. Hernandez trying to post up. Hindi binigay sa kanya. Baloria on the handoff. Step back for Jong. Another miss, and that's rebound number 10 for Kit Jimenez.
Double-double na para sa kanya.
Stopping and popping. Bombs away. 20 points and 10 rebounds for Kit Jimenez in his second game back in the Mpbl. Surely feeling 100%.
What a spectacular ball game that he is showing us.
Great block mula kay Gabby Espinas. You know, Javi, as much as we talked about Gabby Espinas maybe losing his athleticism, pero na-mention natin in the first half, the smarts is there, the timing is there, and he's able to make defensive stops. So he's effective not only on the offensive end of the floor.
And you know, fans have to understand this na kung ma-advance ka na sa career mo, when you're already, pag tumatanda ka na, dare I say, na, yung athleticism na babawi na yan dun sa experience at dun sa IQ na nakukuha mo. But Kit Jimenez is just smoking, scintillating hot.
Somehow, some way, the fans here at the sideline knew that it was coming.
They had their hands raised.
Right. Back-to-back threes for Jimenez. 23 points para sa kanya. Bounce pass. And you know what? More importantly, he ties this ball game. 51 all with 16 seconds remaining in the third.
Sarangani is not going away easily.
How about Kit Jimenez? 23 points, 12 of those coming in the first half. That means he has almost doubled it here. He has 5 threes so far in the first half. He had 2 of those, but he was shooting 2 out of 7. That's less than 33%. Now he's up to 5 out of 12, raising it to 41%.
That's just very impressive coming from Kit. That just goes to show you that he has really grown from the start of the season to this point, where at the start binilabog niya yung buong Mpbl with the kind of play that he can get, na yung scoring niya, the passing ability. But right now, despite the attention of the defenses, namumuro pa rin siya. He's been able to get his shots, been able to get his load, and the production has been there para kay Kit Jimenez. We can only see better things to come para sa kanya.
1 second differential here. Jong Baloria has to fire. No good. 1 second to go. That's a Hail Mary mula kay Kit Jimenez. But nevertheless, what a third quarter it was for him. Tying things up at 51 all after being down by 4 points entering the second half. Kit Jimenez right now has 23 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 5 steals.
What an impressive stat line right there. But as you look at the highlights here of the third quarter, Levi Hernandez was also hot to begin this period. Kaya lang tinapos niya nito ni number 7 ng Sarangani, Kit Jimenez, brandishing scintillating style of play in this one, tying this game 51 apiece.
Kitty Bennis catching fire in the third quarter. 3-point bombs coming in para sa kanya. He has done it on both ends of the floor. We mentioned his numbers, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 5 steals. Second game back from an injury on his squad after he got hit by Andretti Stevens a couple of weeks back in Marikina. He has only been 100% for 2 days. Pero kitang-kita niyo naman just how good he is looking here in Batangas. Javi ang ating quarter scoring.
Sarangani winning that third quarter by 4 points after being down in that first quarter. They also won period number 2, and they get the first points here in our penultimate period.
53-51. Now the lead is back with Sarangani. First time that they have tasted it since early in the first quarter. Again, if they win by more than 4 points in this game, they will grab the number 1 seed in the South Division. And what a way for you, Javi, if you're Sarangani, to go back to your home court as the number 1 seeded team in the South. Turn you over to Gianna Llanes. G, go ahead.
Migs and Javi, Coach John is happy na babalik ang energy ng koponan niya sa dulo ng third quarter pero kulang pa rin daw. He says they really have to be more sharp. Sa depensa daw, huwag hintayin na mabigyan ng bola ang kalaban but adjust agad. Offensively naman, Coach John is hoping for more production from the big men. Update on Ivan Ludovice as well. He was stretching his left ankle on the bench at nung tinanong siya ng teammates niya if he was okay, he said na kaya pa niya bumalik ng laro. Back to you guys.
That's the heart of Ivan Ludovice. I want to mention this. Dahil sinabi ni Gianna, Coach John Callos is looking for his big men to step up. Right now, they have Mark Sarangay and Maki Acosta. But we should always remember that they have Gabby Espinas on the bench. And usually, it is during the fourth quarters wherein they just give the ball to the post onto Gabby Espinas and that's where he dominates.
Yeah, Gabby Espinas only has 4 points to show for in this game. Maki Acosta leading the charge of the big men para sa Sarangani. He has 8, can get 10, missed there on the shot. But going to your point, Mix, kailangan na rin talaga mag-step up ng mga big men ng Sarangani because the guards have done their part. Kit Jimenez has produced the numbers that he has been asked to. Ivan Ludovice, in the time that he was on the floor, was able to get points. Andoy Estrella, somehow, someway, trying to contribute in that department. But guys like Mark Sarangay and Gabby Espinas, when he gets back into this game, which I'm sure he will, pagtapos ng laro na, towards the end of this game, I need to see some baskets from those big men.
Right now, baskets coming in. Mula sa Batangas, they regain the lead off of that free throw by Jexter Apinan. 54-53, cross court. Estrella on the pull-up. That's his second jump shot in this ball game.
4 points now in the game para sa kanya. And it's also important to note, Mix, that aside from Kit Jimenez, nobody else is in double figures.
Linganay could not answer back. But here we are, once again, in the fourth quarter, a single possession ball game, in what promises to be another match that will go down the wire sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. The top 2 teams in the South Division currently squaring off. Behind them are the Zamboanga Family's brand Sardines. Jimenez, tough shot, and he will go to the line.
That height, that lift on the jump shot, really allowing him to bait itong si Jong Baloria with that foul. If that were a regular player, that was good defense by Jong Baloria. Pero dahil ang taas ng jump shot ni Kit Jimenez, naabutan pa ni Jong Baloria dun sa kamay.
Jimenez, before that miss, was perfect from the line, 6 out of 6. But then again, his percentage is 78%. One of the best free throw shooters in the league, and he makes the most from the line more than any other player. 4.8 free throw makes per ball game. Second one is good. So now he's up to 7 out of 8, 87.5%. There's Coach John Callos. Mentioned ni Gianna looking for production mula sa kanilang big men. Pretty sure he's very proud already kay Kit Jimenez in his second game back dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino.
Free throws once again, Mix, giving a lot of advantage to the Marlins in this one, just like their game against Makati.
Apinan, challenged by Sarangay. Shot is too strong, rebound Ochea. Linganay's turn, could not tie it. There's the effort mula kay Kit Jimenez. Ball will remain with Batangas. And of course, Sarangani's very surprised with that one.
There's one guy, the one who just attempted the shot, Rudy Linganay, scoreless in this game, Mix.
Ball tapped away. Shot clock reads 10. Linganay onto Ochea. Almost walked. Got Ochea. Apinan, second try. Basket and one.
Much needed basket for the side of Batangas City Embassy Chill. Apinan getting points 9 and 10 on that putback. Rebound number 8.
Take a look at it.
By Ochea. Just short on the try, and Apinan skying high out of nowhere. Despite 3 Sarangani defenders in the vicinity, towering tall over them and getting the offensive rebound and putback.
Jexter Apinan, 10 points in the ball game so far, 8 rebounds, surpassing his season averages of 9.8 points per game, 7.4 boards. Apinan again, now down by 1. Shot clock reads 8. Linganay against Santa Ana. Rudy down to 3 seconds. Kick out. Baloria for the lead. Yes, sir!
That just proved to be the right decision on that possession, because Rudy Linganay momentarily was given the space to go up for that 3-point shot, but decided to put the ball on the floor and kick it out to a much better 3-point sniper in Jong Baloria.
59-57. Jong Baloria coming up, or coming alive, where it matters the most, the fourth quarter. You mentioned this guy is already a part of the 1,000 points club in the Mpbl.
One of the great scorers here. Doesn't really need to do much with this team, but when his number is called by Coach Cholo Villanueva, you could expect him to deliver.
Jong Baloria just a couple of months away from losing that face mask, which of course he needs because of a broken nose that happened before this season.
That face mask, that nose injury happened also here on this very floor.
This very floor. As this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Could you narrate that to us para sa mga viewers din natin? Ano ba nangyari? Play-by-play kay Jong Baloria.
I forget the team they were up against, but he was driving to the basket and got hit on the bridge of his nose and was down for quite a while before coming back up. And his nose was really bloodied Mix.
Had to get surgery, but the first game back of Jong Baloria, which happened in Caloocan, he was the best player against Bacolod. Shot is too strong. Rebound Sarangay. It's only a 1-point ball game here in Batangas. Estrella on the drive. How about this guy stepping up in the absence of Ivan Ludovice?
You know, that has really been Andoy Estrella's calling card. He has not always been the best offensive player on your team, but whenever he needs to put points on the board para sa kanyang kupunan, lagi maaasahan itong si Andoy Estrella. I remember before, when I was still in grade school and he was in high school in Angelicum, he was the star player on that team. But obviously when he moved to Mapua in the seniors division in the NCAA, medyo he had to take a back seat there, learn how to play the backup role, and he has done that to the hilt here in the Mpbl.
First free throw is good para kay Andoy Estrella. This guy came from Quezon City in the Datu Cup, a run-and-gun style alongside Hesed Gabo, Alwin Alday and company. Last year, or in 2019 as we should say, he was with the San Juan Knights. So kitang-kita nyo naman yung kalibre ng isang Andoy Estrella as we get to look at our founder, Manny Pacquiao, present at the sideline for today. Foul here against Maki Acosta.
And to expound on your point kay Andoy Estrella, having said that, siya ang tipo ng player na kung backup ka lang, he knows how to play in that role. Pero kung inaasahan ka na star player na offensive firepower, you can also rely on him for that.
Jexter Apinan working with Jong Baloria. He thought about it. 9 on the shot clock. Apinan 5 now remaining on the time. Block and the stare down by Mark Sarangay.
That's great defense by Mark Sarangay. Just staying in front of Apinan, not giving him the space to comfortably get that leaner off. One thing that he has been able to do a lot in his career. Former adversaries in college as well, when Mark was still with the Mapua Cardinals and when Dexter was with the JRU Heavy Bombers.
Kaya naman pala may pa-stare down na ganun. At si Mark Sarangay, the beautiful thing about him, lagi siya naka-chest up. Di ba? So, chest up, stare down, and talagang...
No fail. No fail.
At Superman, halos Superman post na siya eh.
Pero kasama yan sa intimidation factor na binibigay ng isang big man. Si Junmar Fajardo, pinatanggal ng trainer niya yung t-shirt niya sa loob para mas madagdagan yung takot na mabibigay niya sa kanyang mga kalaban. So, you know, yung mga things na ginagawa ng mga players, kasama yan sa ini-inject nila sa laro nila.
And again, Coach John Calios is asking the big men to step up here in the fourth and final frame. Di pa natin nakikita si Gabby Espinas. Currently, we're fixing the clock. That's why we're taking some time here in the fourth and final frame. 1 second on the shot clock. Baseline inbound para kay Joshua Gonzalez. May wet spots lang dito dahil malakas nga ang ulan, no? Sa Batangas. By the way, we would like to extend our thoughts and prayers for everyone out there. We hope that you're all safe. Obviously, it wasn't easy today to lumakbay. Pero sa lahat din ng nandito ngayon sa Batangas City Coliseum, maraming salamat sa inyong panonood ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Ball tapped away, and that is a shot clock violation kontra sa Batangas.
So both former Mapua Cardinals playing great defense to swing possession back sa kanila. This time it was Maki Acosta stripping that ball away from Cedric Ablaza.
60-59. Sarangani only with a 1-point lead. Again, if they win by 5 or more, they will be the top team in the South. Maki Acosta, that's too strong. Pass inside, Acosta could not score. It's rebounded by Apinan. Batangas just down by 1. Ablaza, he will score.
That is just too much time, too much daylight for a guy like Cedric Ablaza. He will definitely knock down that shot. 13 points now in the game para sa kanya.
That's his first basket in the second half. After starting off red hot in this game, Ablaza asking for it. Gonzalez on the handoff. Ablaza looking up, he fires. No bounce. Rebound Jimenez.
A lucky break right there for Mark Sarangay. He forgot to pressure ito si Cedric Ablaza. That was a lot of room for Cedric to go up for the 3.
Ivan Ludovice and Gabby Espinas set to check back in for Sarangani. 9 on the shot clock. Jimenez will fire. Short. Lot of contact. That's a foul against Sarangay.
Well, Mark Sarangay can go back to the bench with his held high because talagang nabigyan niya ng boost itong kanyang kupunan. Oh, it looks like he's gonna stay on the floor.
Yes, it's Maki Acosta going to the bench alongside Andoy Estrella. So the 5 right now for Sarangani: Espinas, Sarangay, Santa Ana, Jimenez, and Ludovice. Jimenez will now take a breather. Paul Sanga babalik dito. Take a look at the replay. Battle for the rebound. And the whistle blown against Mark Sarangay. Para naman sa Batangas, they have Joshua Gonzalez, Jong Baloria, Dexter Apinan, King Importante, and Cedric Ablaza. Under 4.5 minutes remaining in the battle between the top 2 teams in the South Division. 61-60. Gonzalez, turnaround, that's good.
Finely tuned post-game right there by Josh Gonzalez. What a great move.
First 2 points in the ball game para kay Josh Gonzalez. And he increases the lead to 3 points. Santa Ana Pass at the last second. Good defense by Ablaza. Ludovice. A lot of time. Driving right. No foul. Rebound importante. Can Batangas extend their lead? Ablaza onto Apinan.
What a sight to behold. Two big men running the floor and the willingness to give up the pass. And just the right amount of muscle on that dime. What a beautiful play.
Espinas working with Ludovice. 7 on the shot clock. Ivan, kick out. Sanga. Could have been big for Sarangani, but they could not convert. 65-60. Momentum is with the home team. 3 minutes and 10. Importante. Feed. Could not be handled by Apinan. Satanas running on the other end. Ludovice. Fake. Pass. Jordan with a drive. Espinas met by 3 defenders. And this is a jump ball.
Oh, Santa Ana had the right intention, but I would have loved for him to go for the fake or take one more dribble before he left it for Gabby Espinas.
Balik dito, Mark Cruz. He will be joining Gonzalez, Importante, Ablaza, and Baloria. Take a look at the replay. Great hands by Batangas. Ablaza just had to put his hands up to stop Gabby Espinas. Double team right here. Shot clock reads 9. Ludovice will fire. That's a big time 3.
Big time players make big time shots despite being hurt earlier, going down with an apparent ankle injury. Ivan Ludovice stepping up at the right moment.
8 points in the ball game para kay Ivan Ludovice, and it looks like his ankle is okay. Gonzalez, pass inside, off the board. Ablaza with 3 to work with. Cedric with a drive. Sorry, miss. Ball ends up with Baloria. Shot clock reset to 14. Approaching the last 2 minutes of the ball game. Bounce pass, Mark Cruz. He will score.
What a great bounce pass right there by John Baloria, and a great strong move to finish para kay Mark Cruz.
This last 2 minutes is brought to you by Embassy Whiskey. Chill muna tayo. Down the wire here in Batangas. They're up by 4. Paul Sanga. They go to Espinas. Back to Sanga, who will fire. Could not get it to go. Rebound Ablaza.
Oh, that was a rush shot right there by Sanga. They still had a lot of time remaining on their 24. Could have gotten a better look.
Coach John Calios now calling Kit Jimenez to return in this game. Good feed inside, and Mark Cruz will score.
Back-to-back hits by Mark Cruz, proving to hit the crucial baskets. Let's see that replay. There's a block.
We'll take a break. Our score 69-63. Joshua Gonzalez transitioning as a guard here in the Mpbl, able to showing us his passing prowess once more, locating Mark Cruz inside, who now is in double figures.
The guards of Batangas City, they have not been scoring a lot, talking about Joshua Gonzalez and Rudy Linganay, but they do have 13 assists between them. Joshua has 7, Rudy has 6. So the impact that they have had on this match beyond the scoring.
Linganay had those 6 assists in the first half as Ludovice makes a 3 here. Most of Gonzalez's assists have come here in the second half. But because of that 3-point shot by Ludovice, who now has 11 points, the lead is cut down to 3. Gonzalez at the post. Again, wait for the pass. There it is. Mark Cruz. Another basket for him.
Unbelievable. He has that shot, but I never knew he had the guts to take it at this kind of moment and gets the defensive rebound emphatically on that possession. What a game by Mark Cruz.
72-66. Back to Gonzalez. They go to Ablaza. Catch and fire. Bombs away.
The 3-point shot proving to be the weapon of choice para sa Batangas City Embassy Chill in this past couple of possessions. An unlikely hero in Mark Cruz, able to drain it from straight away. And Cedric Ablaza, someone who they have been relying on game in and game out, getting a 3-point shot from that right corner.
16 points and 10 rebounds for Cedric Ablaza, who brings us this epic move of the game in partnership with OKBet. Own the win. And how about Joshua Gonzalez? Assist number 8 for him.
He has just really impacted this game, dominated it with his passing, and because of that, his team up by 9 points. Their past 3 baskets have been coming from Josh Gonzalez rather.
Batangas looking good as they try to defend the number 1 seed in the South Division. Nagharap na po ang Sarangani at ang Zamboanga. Batangas and Zamboanga have faced as well. So this will be the last matchup in this season, at least for the top 3 teams in the South. But Batangas, they still have Nueva Ecija to face by the end of the regular season. Tignan natin how these Titans will be able to pair off against each other. Our score right now is 75-66. 38 seconds to go. Keith Jimenez working with Ludovice, Acosta, Espinas, and Paul Sanga. Ludovice just hit back-to-back 3s. Could not make a third one. And Batangas will now look to control the basketball.
They're gonna have to foul here.
Importante. Working with Gonzalez, Cruz, Baloria, and Ablaza.
That's a lot of time shed off the game clock. Sarangani should have fouled the first opportunity they got, but they let almost 8 seconds go off of that clock. O importante, giving a little space para dito sa Sarangani to come back into this one, but this free throw could seal it for them.
Second one is a miss. It's 75-66. 17 seconds to go. Keith Jimenez, left-handed shot. It's too strong. And Batangas will remain as the number 1 seeded team in the South Division. A marvelous effort though mula kay Keith Jimenez, who had 25 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 steals in this ball game. But for Batangas, an all-around great performance mula sa kanilang mga manlalaro. Levy Hernandez had 17 points on 3 3-point shots. Mark Cruz coming alive in the second half with 13 points and 9 rebounds. Cedric Ablaza with 16 points and 10 rebounds. And Jexter Apinan also scoring 12 points and grabbing 11 boards.
What a great all-around performance from different players dito sa roster ng Batangas City Embassy Chill. The versatility, the depth, everything on full display, especially in the end game. What a performance, a trademark Batangas City Embassy Chill victory in this one.
There you see the Batangas crowd enjoying the victory. They already experienced the championship in the inaugural season of the Mpbl. And right now, things are looking good as they remain the top-seeded team in the South Division. Overall in this league, they are the second best, just behind the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. As this player of the game is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the Mpbl. With OKBet, own the win. We should mention Joshua Gonzalez, who had 9 big-time assists, but this guy coming alive in the fourth, almost a double-double for Mark Cruz.
Unlikely hero in the end game, itong si Mark Cruz. Of course, credit to his teammates, especially Joshua Gonzalez, to being able to locate them in those positions. But for him to be able to convert those shots, that's really on him, and that, for me, should be awarded.
Now let's turn you over to Gianna Llanes. G, go ahead.
Yes, Mark, congratulations first of all because you had 13 points and 9 rebounds. You had big shots, lalo na sa fourth quarter. Ano yung nasa isip mo when taking those big shots nung last few minutes of the game?
Wala naman eh. Open naman yung tira sa amin eh. Sa amin kasi pagka may na-open, yun na talaga yung titira eh. Hindi namin pinahirapan yung basketball para sa amin. Yun lang.
And paano naman naging motivation na maprotektahan nyo yung number 1 spot nyo sa South Division?
Motivation kasi, birthday ng anak ko bukas eh. Yun yung motivation ko.
And I'm sure besides your family, marami rin proud sa inyo. So, batiin mo naman lahat ng sumusuporta sa inyo.
Siyempre, una-una lang, papasalamat ako sa kay Kat. Bigyan niyo yung panalo sa amin. Sa Batangas na nanonood ngayon, ang fans sa Batangas, nabati ko rin. Siyempre yung families ko nanonood, yung asawa ko, si Heidi, yung anak ko, mag-birthday bukas, 24 August 24. And yung family niya, si Mama, si Papa, and yung mga kuya niya, si Kuya Bryce, Kuya Choy, and si Kano. And yung family ko din sa Morong Rizal, yung daddy ko, tsaka mami ko nanonood. Tsaka yung mga fans ng Morong, nanonood sila eh. Tapos, binabati din yun si Sir Mario Kabangkungan and Jonathan Villanueva. Okay.
Congratulations, Mark, and happy birthday sa anak mo. And this player of the game is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the Mpbl. With OKBet, own the win. Back to you, Mix and Happy.
If we had the luxury of selecting multiple player of the games or players of the game, we would have selected Cedric Ablaza, Mark Cruz, and Joshua Gonzalez all together. But we had to give it to Mark Cruz, almost a double-double for him. On Friday, see you guys in the Strike Gym in Bacoor, Cavite. 3 exciting matchups, Pasig versus Bataan, Valenzuela and Bacolod, and then the Bacoor City Strikers defending their home court against one of the hottest teams in the Mpbl, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. We conclude another beautiful day here in the Batangas City Coliseum as they were able to defeat the Sarangani Marlins, snapping their 5-game winning streak. Thank you so much. In behalf of my partner, Javi Palanya, our courtside reporter, Gianna Llanes, my name is Migs Gomez. Maraming salamat po. Ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.
Ang bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung mayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan.